Hey everybody, this is Nick Cuenca from thehyperloops.com, and I'm here to show you the new spoilers. They just came out a couple hours ago, and man, there's some really good stuff here, and I'm really excited to talk about it. So the first card here is Maul. Not really sure why they didn't call him Darth Maul, but hey, we got Darth Maul. Someone can probably tell me why he's just Maul. Maybe he becomes Darth Maul later. That would be my sort of thought. But anyways, Maul, vengeful one. He has 2 damage, 3 damage for 1, a disrupt, a discard, and a resource and a blank. 11 health is pretty beefy. After one or more of your character's character upgrade dice are removed by an opponent's card effect, you may remove one of their dice. He costs 1216, so man, we have come real far from Jango Fett, who was also a 1216, and he does not have a 3 damage side, and he only has 1 2 damage side. So, yeah, I think this card is good. It's hard to think about who you pair him with. I think that's the biggest problem that he may have. You could actually pair him with Phasma and just have 2 really good characters. You could pair him with Kylo, but I don't know. This Anakin may still be better. So his ability is actually very relevant. It's going to make things really awkward for your opponent. It's really odd because it's the kind of ability you want to be rolling in second. And that is, blue decks generally are not the fastest when they're of this construction, depending on how they're constructed, obviously. But so that's probably fine because you aren't the fastest, and your opponent's just not rolling in their characters in the first action is kind of like how you get to do it. So I don't know, the fact that if you roll this character in, it could probably, if you have 2 characters, it could probably be the last character you roll in. It's just like a weird timing thing, but it is very relevant, and it's going to be very annoying for your opponents to play around. For sure. Alright, so the next card we have here is for 3, Maul's Lightsaber. Wow. 2 damage base, a 2 modifier, a 3 modifier, a 4 modifier, a resource, and a blank. Blue character only. Does not have redeploy, but it does have this sweet power action. If an opponent has no shields on all of their characters, roll this die into your pool. Okay, well, that is really cool. That's like the FN ability. Opponent has no shields on all of their characters, roll this die into your pool. Well, it's certainly powerful. To get the best out of it, you're going to have to pair. I'm going to put this on a character, maybe Maul, who knows. You want to then roll in another character because you really want to be resolving one of those melee sides, which is the most likely outcome. So it's going to be really good in a mono melee deck. It's very powerful. So I'm very excited about this card actually. It seems pretty strong. Again, we'll see what kind of characters are coming out, and we're going to be previewing some more. But this is definitely going to want to be in a heavy melee deck in order to use that power action effectively. Alright, let's see here. Oh, Palpatine. We got another Palpatine here. Darth Sidious. He has a 2 range side, a 2 melee side, a 2 splash damage side, which I don't know what it's called right now, a resource, and a blank. Has 12 health, which is cool. It's good amount of health. Power action. Play an event from your hand, decreasing its cost by the number of different damage symbols. So it counts all of them, showing on your dice. It costs 1620. It's expensive. But yeah, that's wow. That's a lot to think about. 3 damage sides is really cool for any character. They're all 2s, so that's pretty good. Thinking about who you pair him with. It's probably a single die character. This character is very powerful. None of its sides are bad. The splash damage isn't the best, but when you're playing against a 2-character deck, sometimes it doesn't matter who you kill first, and they can splash, and then they, it's a lot of times it'll be like a 1 damage size because they'll divide it. So you may be re-rolling that. As for his power action, which I think is the really big thing that will make him special, is just wow, you 3 out of the sides, so you have a 75% chance to hit one of them if it's at elite. That means a 75% of the chance on the first roll you can use your power action to reduce the cost of an event from your hand. So that's pretty good. Play an event from your hand, decreasing its cost by the number of different damage symbols showing on your dice. Wow, so that's all of your dice. So that could just be crazy if you're playing expensive events. Well, let's go to the next card. Like Rise Again. You could be pairing that with Rise Again. And yeah, that's pretty awesome to get a discount like that. Because it counts all of your dice, not just his character dice. Wow, that seems like it could be a thing for sure. 1620 is expensive because a 10 cost characters, 2 damage ones or 2 die ones aren't great. You have on villain side you have that not Sienna, but the one that has the cool outfit. She's not great, and she doesn't actually have any damage sides except for the special, but that doesn't count for his power action. So I don't know, some really good 10 cost character. Maybe you just put a Phasma in there, and then you can leadership. Phasma Palpatine leadership deck. Doesn't sound too bad. All right. So another card that could pair with it is Double Strike. Resolve one of your dice showing melee damage without removing it from your pool. So that would just be free as the power action. That would be sweet. Here's a new card, Snare. It costs 3. Play only if you have 1 or more exhausted characters. Exhaust character. So yeah, so using Palpatine's ability would just be insane. Just being able to just exhaust a character after you roll in Palpatine is exactly the kind of play pattern you want to be doing, because you want to be getting in those dice into the pool to use his ability, and you'll have an exhausted character. Boom, combo. I'm not sure how good that's going to be, but if you're going first, it's very powerful against many decks. Just being able to do it for like 1 resource to snare something. Oof. It's gonna be brutal. Oh my goodness. We've got Yoda, Wizened Master. He has a 10 health, which is good, solid health. 2 focus, that's nice. 1 disrupt, 1 discard, 1 shield, and 2 specials. No blanks. He's got no blanks. Holy crap, no blanks. And his special isn't too shabby. Choose and do 2 of the following. Gain a resource, give a character 1 shield, turn 1 of your dice to any side, or discard the top card of a deck. That's not that good, but holy crap, he's a 10-13. So let's just say he's going to be really good in like a mill deck, like a hero mill deck. Will definitely want Yoda for sure. His 2 specials will mill stuff. Could also fix your dice, get resources and shields. I'm just reading the card, but like these are all really relevant things. And he has the 1 discard side, which obviously Mill loves to have that discard side. So yeah, I see really good things for Yoda on the Mill side of things. At 13, that's really cheap. You could also pair him with a big character to fix his dice, or just have him protecting him with shields and gaining resources, and just fixing dice. So it's like a nice little support character there in that respect. So you could have a big character, 17. Kind of not thinking of any really good 17 character. Oh, you could do Qui-Gon Yoda if you really want a dirtle. He's got a shield side, and he gets shields, so 3 shield sides for Qui-Gon. That would be sweet. So yeah, I'm really excited to try Yoda. Yeah, I think he's gonna be he's going to be solid, especially with the new formats coming out, which if you hadn't heard, check it out. I'll put a link in the description of the new formats from FFG. And since the power level of things is going to be going down, Spirit of Rebellion will be rotating at some point, and then Yoda may in fact be good. Still, people are playing Mildex right now, so that's pretty cool. So maybe he slots in there. You could play him in Riken. Riken could be cool. You could do him, one die Riken, and one die something else. Right? You could do. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to do. Yeah, I really hate the Riken decks that have only 3 dice. But anyways, little tangent there. Let's move on. Luke Skywalker. Yeah, you could play a 1 die Yoda with Luke Skywalker. That's cool. For the flavor. Alright, we got Boris Meditation, cost 2, 1 focus, 1 shield, 1 resource, 2 specials, and a blank. To play, you have to spot, so you can play it on a non-blue, but you have to spot. Special is discard the top 2 cards of a deck. Okay. Well, so this is definitely a mill card. It's kind of like Con Artist, which never really saw that much play. I didn't personally love it in the mill decks because you had to have it early, and you had to hit the special. But 2 is bigger than 1, and the numbers there are much better for the first 2 activations. And then for the 3 activations, it's you break parity because Con Artist was 1, 2, and then 3. This is 2, 2, 2. So maybe that's better because when you draw it in the mid game, you can use it twice, and that'll be 4 cards. And the other sides are actually very relevant for what Mill wants to do: resources, fixing your dice, and shields. So maybe not really, not the most exciting card, but definitely could be a role player in a Mill deck. Yeah, for sure. Oh, okay. So this card is. Let's read this card because I'm really excited about this card. I'm gonna probably butcher this name, but Ayla, Sakura, 1 melee, 2 splash damage, 1 resource, and a special, and a blank. And let's look at the cost. What would you think this cost is? You can pause the video and think about it. So if I was looking at this, and let's read the special before we talk about that. Turn 1 of your blue or red dice to any side. Turn an opponent's die to any side. So he has the Poe abilities, sort of, except that you get to, instead of a shield, you get to do 2 of those things. You get to flip 1 of your blue dice or red dice, and you get to flip 1 of theirs to any side. So let's just say that's like Poe. So I'm going to say maybe like 10-14 or 11-15 or 12-15, and oh my goodness, it's a 9-12. Are you kidding me? It's got 3 damage sides. It's got this little ability that can really mess with people. Holy crap. And one of the good things about splash damage, which a lot of people haven't talked about, is it's going to be much better on cheaper creatures because they will not be the targets unless you're playing a wide deck. But if you were, say, to play, I believe, if obviously this is a hero card, but if you could play her and Anakin, people will go after Anakin first, and the longer the game goes. Right now, hero, so you could play her and Qui-Gon, and then that becomes a really big choice. Oh, she's 18, not 13. So 18, man. Yeah, so the 2 splash damage means that in the late game, the splash damage will be more like damage where you want it to go. And plus the ability. So that's just great. She's nuts. 9-12. I don't really know what else you'd want to do. Obviously, Phasma was a little bit better, I'd say, but not by a lot. And yeah, Phasma's 10-14 now, and this is 9-12. So comparing them, it's just, wow. I think that this card will definitely be a player. I'm going to get 2 of them. It's only a rare. If you're on a budget, pick these up quick. Trade for them. You'll be able to play it. You could play, yeah, you can play a lot of things with this. Mono blue, mono blue hero. You know, Kanan is 1013, and this is arguably better than Kanan. So yeah, very excited. Yeah, you can play it with Baze. That's definitely a thing. You got two big characters. All right, let's put this support in your face. It's a 0 cost. Defensive teaching. Each of your blue characters can have one additional shield. Okay, so good for like a Qui-Gon deck maybe if it wants to load up. And yeah, you could riposte for 4. Ooh, that could be good. It could be very good. It could be relevant, but it doesn't really do anything by itself, so maybe it won't be worth it. But it's definitely a nice option to have when you're deck building. Okay, here we go. We got an uncommon, cost 1, a Taro Strike. An event, resolve one of your blue character dice, showing melee damage, increasing its value by the number of shields on that character. Wow. Okay. So 3 damage if you have 3 shields. That's sweet. That's good upside. And if you somehow were able to get defensive teachings, it could be +4. Oh my god, so much damage. Only for 1 resource. Oh, so yeah, this is a very specific thing. It's hero. It wants you to play shields and melee. But if your deck kind of wants to build around this, and it's not hard because those decks already have shields and melee, so yeah, your opponent's gonna be real scared of this card. It's kind of, you know, and a lot of those wimpy 1 melee sides don't look very threatening, but then you just, even if you have 2, you could be, it's kind of like at 2, it's like a force lightsaber throw, but better because it does 3. Obviously, that only requires you to have 1 melee, and this requires you to have shields and melee. But yeah, I think that this card, I'm very excited to try this card out. I think it's definitely going to do some great things. And finally, we have Adapt, costs 0. It says remove 1 shield from one of your characters to gain 1 resource. Well then. So this is cool because at the beginning of the game, if you win the roll, you can then just remove 1 of your shields and gain a resource, and that's totally worth it, I would think, in most situations. And throughout the course of the game, you'll get a bunch of shields. Sometimes you're overloaded with shields, and you can remove it to gain a resource. So yeah, I mean, I think this is totally a playable card. There's so many cards to play and try in those shield hero decks, the mono blue ones. You could even have something like this in a Raken deck, although like I feel like those decks really want to be fast on the milling. So yeah, this is interesting. I think it will be tried, and I'm not sure. We'll see what happens with this, but I'll definitely be trying it because costing 1, it's kind of like Enrage, but worse. But Enrage is really good, so it's like when you don't win the roll. So I think that you want to have this in a deck that will reliably win the roll, because then you can take the shields if you're in that play pattern. So yeah, I don't know, because it's kind of a coin flip on turn 1. It's gonna be awkward because you could keep it if you have a lot of like shield sides. It's not a great. I guess if you have 2 shield sides, you can resolve your 2 shield side and get a resource. So like with Qui-Gon, could be a thing. But yeah, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed my takes on all these spoilers. I hope that you got to read them all, and I hope you enjoyed them. Please like and subscribe if you liked this video. And if you didn't, just let us know what we can do to make it better. I have a holiday today. That's why I was able to do this quickly for y'all. And also please consider supporting thehyperloops.com on Patreon. There'll be a little link below as well. We do a lot of content for people going on tournaments, so if you don't have a lot of time to test, it's a great place to find a match on TTS. So if you have a hard time finding competitive matches, people are always looking for a game at on the hyperloops.com's Discord. So, and that's one of the benefits you get. So yeah, just thank you for watching, and as always, may the rolls be with you.